Say Sharon and Terry Donovan in Marysville. There was a lack of warnings on that particular day, and so they kind of went about business as usual.
Oh. It was a lovely day. Terry and I walked down to the cafe and had a nice salmon and salad lunch. Then we wandered back to our house and decided to watch a video.
I remember going out the front of our place and you could see smoke that didn't look like it was close to us.
The radio was starting to become quite busy. Those sorts of days aren't good for radio reception, those atmospherics of a bad fire day. We did hear heart messages and garble signals around Kilmore East fire.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. The fire moved with unprecedented speed, fanned by those strong northerly winds, and that Kilmore East fire roared towards Kinglake.
These fires were travelling, and then the wind came through, and it meant you had a fire that was 100 k's wide. So it took out everything. It just, for 100 k's wide, and then it just travelled.
Okay.
It just took out everything in its path. And, you know, people had nowhere to go. And so these fires that were so hot, the flames were so tall, people just had no chance whatsoever.
This is 9 News with Joe Hall.
Homes destroyed as Victoria explodes into flames on the hottest day in our history.
Come to 6 o'clock bulletin, we're trying to tell everyone what's going on. There were fires on the outskirts of Melbourne, there were fires in regional Victoria, there were fires just popping up everywhere. We were trying to tell everyone as much as we knew. We knew it was bad, we didn't know how bad, is the long and the short of it.
We begin our coverage with Alicia Gorey, who's been covering the blaze.
Well, Joe, the CFA can't even estimate just how large this blaze is, so that gives you an indication of what they're dealing with.
I let off the news at 6 o'clock and was doing a live cross, talking about this fire that was burning, not knowing what was happening on the other side of the city.
6 homes in the one street have literally burnt to the ground. There are 5 homes in a row here and one a little bit further on down the street.
Traditionally, in the newsroom, the 6 p.m. bulletin goes to air, and by and large, most staff afterwards head home. That's it. No one went home that night. Everyone knew there was all hands on deck. When fires move that quickly, and there's a wind change, we know that ends badly.
At around 6:30, that wind suddenly changed to a southerly, and all of those deadly fire fronts joined up together and were targeted straight towards Marysville.
Nothing on me.
These fires were just so fast moving, and it was that late afternoon wind change that meant nothing was going to stop them, and you know, this fire front was coming towards their houses. It's too late to leave.
Get over here.
I feel in bushfires we've always had this idea that the safest
My
place is in
foot
your
was
home.
on that.
That's what this fire took away from us. That sense of sanctuary in your home, and you'll still be safe and you'll be okay, because we all want to stay and we want to defend our home. And everyone who did that, look what happened.
Whoa. Well, look, that's what can happen.
Oh. Well, the wind change came. The fire station was shaking and rattling. We'd packed towels under the doors to keep the smoke out and keep ourselves safe. I went home to check on my family one more time. And as I drove up the driveway, Dalton came out, and then we discussed what they were going to experience a little bit, that things were going to be fairly crook. And I said, make good decisions, mate. that was the last things I had to say to Dalton.
Oh, he lost his son.
Stay or Go was responsible for people dying on Black Saturday because it gave people the option. So if people had been told you have to get out, in this situation people would have lived.
Oh, it's wild, isn't it?
I think that we were, the news, or what we were told at that stage was to leave early or stay and defend. And so in our minds we had a choice. And I think there's no way you could have defended your property. The wind was just carrying it so fast. And the first time I saw flames was next door on the grass, and it just ran down like water so fast. And that's when I thought we're in a bit of trouble here. It was a very fierce fire. The house is starting to fill up with smoke.
So I thought it's probably crazy to stay here.
One of our sounds rang, and it's the weirdest thing. It's like I just said very calmly, I don't think I'm going to make it. I love you, I've just had the best life. And I said I have to go.
Yeah. I remember that. The whole city. I was in Latrobe Street where Taylor jumped out the window. Oh yeah. That apartment. The whole city was brown.
That's all.
And it was hot. And it was like you could hardly
so
breathe. It was just like, and we'd all organised